I'm sitting on Alan Rickman's face. I'm going to try and work up a good fart while I'm here, too.
Hey, don't fart on my Alan Rickman pillow.
But I've always wanted to fart in Alan Rickman's mouth.
Well, call him up. He'll probably say yes.
Super dead.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I always forget, and then...
Oh, I'm sorry that I reminded you like this.
He won't put up any kind of fight, though.
That's true. I would just be farting into a skeleton's
What's
mouth,
the fun?
though.
What's the fun?
It wouldn't be a
just go-
skeleton yet. He'd still be in the vaguely mummy phase.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. How
It
long does
depends a
embalming
lot
last?
on like what happened to his body after he was dead.
That's
He might have been
true.
cremated.
Yeah, in which case there's no skull.
Farting into a pile of ashes would be kind of fun, I
A
think.
little bit of puff would come out around that.
I think it's what he would have wanted.
You're a monster. You're a monster. I'm not a monster.
It's only if it was anybody but Alan Rickman,
No, you're monsters.
it would be okay. How about Rob Ford?
What? Why do you want to fart in Rob Ford's mouth?
I'm just saying, would I be less of a monster if it was Rob Ford instead of Alan Rickman?
No.
I'm not sure.
It's gross that you want to fart in a dead person's mouth.
Well,
That is something a monster would want to
I
do.
think I specified that it had to be a dead person.
Well, now you seem to be.
I think this has gotten out of hand.
Welcome to Nerd Hurdles, everybody. My name is Jacob.
I'm Snark.
Mandy is Snark. And we're visited by our good friend, Kathie, before
What?
she leaves the country
Kathy,
again.
what supposedly introduced Mandy to fan fiction.
Would definitely
apparently
do that.
You're really owning that stigma now, whereas you
Yeah.
used to sort of try to.
Did I try and deny it?
Yeah, you're like, what? I don't remember that. I don't know if that happened.
No, I feel like that definitely happened.
it did definitely
It's
happen.
never happened. But you were like, you signed some internet comment, Kathie, what introduced Mandy to fanfic apparently.
Well, no, I
like
think
you
that
were
was-
like supposedly, allegedly.
I think it was more like, oh, did I?
Awesome.
But now you remember it?
No, but now I've accepted
This
it.
is revisionist history.
No.
Wow, like who else could it have been,
But
really?
it was never something I considered as having done. It just seemed really natural
Because, like,
that it would have happened that way.
Well, I suppose
Yeah.
because in a way, I mean, I was writing fanfic before I knew what fanfic was.
Yeah.
So it was more like, there's like the inventor and then the next person is like the discoverer. Like if they,
Okay.
Yeah. Like somebody invents a thing and someone else invents it somewhere else, but a little bit later, even though they didn't know the other person was doing it. And they're like,
are they a thief or are they just a co-inventor?
Well, I think things can happen at the same
I think
time.
they say discover. I think they say they discovered it.
Yeah.
co-discoverers.
Well, not to co because they weren't together. It could be,
Right.
but now it's not a thing because the internet, so everybody just knows.
Knows everything instantly. Yeah.
Telephone and the light bulb and stuff.
Or like even natural selection.
Or Edison just steals all the ideas.
Well, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard. I heard he's pretty shady. I'd fart in his mouth for sure.
Yeah.
Another dead person.
Yeah.
How would if I just fart in a light bulb?
What would happen when you turned it on?
Oh, I saw a really cute thing. It was a picture
Of a fart in a
No,
light bulb.
well, almost. It was a picture of like somebody who's at IKEA and opened a lid on a pot, and there's a note inside that said, "You just released my fart."
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I saw a picture of a kid who was dressed up as a fart for Halloween,
Oh yeah.
and he was carrying like a loudspeaker. I assume it had fart sound effects on it,
Okay.
but it was mostly brown and green tulle.
I guess, yeah, that's how you do it.
That's how he did it.
Well, the way I would do it is I'd just put like a label on my shirt that said fart. Because that'd be the least uncomfortable costume to wear.
Or you would dress in all denim and label yourself as wet paint.
It's so hard to find Halloween costumes for us, Jacob.
Well,
Yeah.
because you've done it all. Because you're like you're
No.
both.
Well, I've done everything that an outrageously large beard.
Oh, that one you've never done Gimli.
I haven't done Gimli. I've avoided that, thankfully. Chainmail's got to be kind of heavy. All that leather.
But also, you've had 80 Halloweens between you.
80.
Not 80, like 78 or 7 or something like that.
What? Like since you were born?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm
no. Add 37 or 38 and 40, whatever the hell old you are.
I thought you were just talking about.
No, not
Us.
together. I mean, in total.
Oh,
so how
yeah.
long can you be expected to ride that creative pony?
That's my argument exactly. Just give up on Halloween.
Fuck you, Catherine.
Oh, sorry. Was I trying to talk him into Halloween?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. But if you're actually a creative person, So you should
That
be
Stop
able to...
now.
That well should never run dry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you can graphic design shit for water all the time,
yeah I
I
can't.
feel like-
it's, see,
your job is literally promoting water and you can't come up with a Halloween costume?
Well, really, everyone needs water to live. It kind of sells itself.
Yeah, but you sell it more.
I don't anymore at all, really.
You've
I'm
just
pretty
given up
dry-
on water.
Ironically, I'm pretty dried up.
Wah, wah.
Not washed up.
No, if I was, well, I guess you could say washed up, but
But let's
could.
save that for later.
yeah, that's too creative
Too many
for me right
Too
now.
many water puns.
But yeah, fanfic. So, fanfic, would you guys say?
Is that what we're talking about on
No,
this episode?
I see where this segue's going.
Oh, okay. Okay. Me
Yeah.
too.
Star Trek Beyond,
Star Trek Beyond.
legitimate Star Trek film or very expensive fan film?
Yes.
But couldn't you say that about all of the Star Trek films that aren't like Into Darkness and...
I think you could say they're fan films too, but
They're
they're
all
fan films
fan
by
films.
fans that didn't understand Star Trek at
Okay.
all. Whereas
They're
at least
all
Simon
of them are
Pegg-
fan
Yeah.
films.
Simon Pegg seems to kind of at least understand Star Trek, even if he has to write a big Hollywood action movie out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be the difference is that the other ones are fan films written that are character driven, whereas this one was action driven.
Which I think has nothing to do with this movie or any other movie. It's just that's what's happened to movies.
Yeah, like even the Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
Too much action. All that Ghostbusting got in the way of what could have been a good
A
movie.
good bonding, a good
Which
buddy flick.
ladies. Yeah.
I still think it was a good movie. I think it was better than Star Trek Beyond.
Well, you said that Star Trek Beyond was the worst movie that you've seen in recent years. So
You
I
said
think
that?
You
I
did
didn't know-
say that.
I thought I said it was.
you wrote it.
I did write it.
Oh.
Well,
Which
that
is-
was my
which is
funny-
why I was
my
so
funny tweet.
surprised.
Yeah. No, I think what
Was
I
that
said to you in
hyperbole?
yeah, it was a bit of hyperbole. What I said in the theater was more.
Can you have a bit of hyperbole? I don't know. Is it?
I like
An
to
oxymoron.
overstate my hyperbole,
Yeah.
exaggerate it for effect.
I like, low-key hyperbole.
I like hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Your hyperbole is nuanced.
Actually, I think if there's one word that could define you, it might be hyperbole.
No, but when you asked me, or you made a comment as we're leaving the theater, you said, "Well, that was certainly a lot better than
The
other
first two.
the other ones." And I was like,
You didn't say, oh, you said, really?
Oh, yeah, it sounds like
That's how,
what you would
and
say.
then I said I thought it was spectacularly bad, which is different than worst movie I've seen in recent years because, as you mentioned earlier today, Prometheus exists.
Yes. But you did
And-
definitely write on the Nerd Hurdles
Well,
page that it was
yeah.
the worst movie you've seen in recent years.
But that was to set up the joke. It was, I don't mean to be negative, but Star Trek Beyond might be the worst movie I've seen in years. Just kidding. I meant to be negative.
That was the joke you were trying to set up.
That was the joke. That was the whole joke. That was the whole point of that tweet.
That was-
It could have been any movie
Yeah.
I threw in there.
So that was the joke you chose to elevate Prometheus for.
Exactly. Yes.
The elevation of Prometheus is what that joke should be called.
It would be like the aristocrats.
Well, maybe there's like a cutoff date for recent years, and Prometheus just falls outside of that. Just
Prometheus
enough.
falls outside of everything.
It falls outside of reason. But also, I was just trying to troll our page dwellers.
Is that what there are now to you, page dwellers?
Yes, and none of them took the bait.
No, I did a little bit.
I think people are used to you trolling them like that, and they just let you go.
Yeah, until you post a feminist comic,
Well,
which is astounding to me. It's not even something that we created. The only thing
No.
that has sparked conversation from us. Hopefully, we don't get doxxed.
We're not the first people to realize that all of our thoughts are
Oh my
completely
God.
unoriginal.
Yeah.
who was that? Truman Capote was the first person to realize that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, he was not the first person to realize that.
Yeah. I watched the Red Letter Media review of Star Trek Beyond.
Oh,
And
we
it was
should have
like-
watched that in preparation for this.
We should have, because it was a lot of ideas that I had, but they were kind of positive about it.
Oh.
Did it make you come around a little bit?
Not at all.
So wait a minute. There are ideas that you had, except in a positive way,
Well, it's-
and you...
Similar things. I can't remember actually any of the examples, but they would say something about it and be like, "Oh yeah, that did suck," and then they say, "But that wasn't so bad," and I'd be like, It
Okay, well, what were the positives of this movie?
was a little more Star Trek-y in feel, like in the
Yeah.
characters.
Okay, my number one positive of this film is that Jayla was at no point a romantic interest for anyone, and the prize she won for helping out was education.
That's nice and very Star Trek. Except that
No, it's not. Women are always somebody's fucking sex interest in Star
especially
Trek.
cooks.
I was thinking about the
Hello,
education
we just
prize.
watched a TNG episode where
Well, literally, yeah.
This is literally what it was about.
Yeah.
The Season 5 episode, The Perfect Mate, guest starring Famke Janssen. Picard serves as host for a peace treaty between two warring planets. But he may be unable to resist the reconciliation gift, a beautiful empathic metamorph who is to be presented by one leader as the other's wife.
and there wasn't even another fucking subplot.
But they often do that to men in Star Trek too. I mean, Devon Oniral, who's going to say no to that?
Ugh. Who doesn't love a greasy foot massage?
And that weird trill that Beverly fell in love with, and her grandmother's ghost or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the
Or that-
ghost candle.
Yeah, the ghost banger. I don't know what it was. What? Don't look confused. You know this episode.
I
The
do.
green
I
candle
do.
in like the Scottish Highlands planet.
Oh yeah,
Something like
is
that.
that in a movie or an
No,
episode?
It's
it's
an
an
episode. It's a very long episode.
Yeah.
It's a long 55 minutes.
Right.
Or 44, whatever it
But
is.
where does that actually take place?
Oh,
don't know
some
if it's-
colony.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a colony of Scottish people.
Aren't she Irish?
Or Irish.
Muslim?
The Muslim Irish
That was, quite the exodus.
halal potatoes.
You got to bleed them just right.
I don't know if I need to edit that out.
Me either. As I said it, not
There's-
sure either.
Because it's out of context.
I don't
from our
even
previous-
remember how this even came up.
I don't remember.
I think
either.
we're discussing the fact that halal does not just refer to food.
Yes.
Yes, but then how come you were Irish?
I think because I said something and you thought it was an Irish accent.
Oh,
She tried to pronounce halal correctly to honor the
don't,
tradition.
don't even.
And
I am a halal guru.
and then
Is that how he says it?
Guru. Just a side note, anybody have any of those friends that pronounce things in the manner of the language they come from? Anybody have those friends? Listeners?
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
because we do encourage people to talk to us on the Facebook page or any other manner that you have
Unless
available to you.
unless you just want to say that rape culture doesn't exist.
Here's a mission for you, listeners. If you have one of those friends that pronounces things, like, what are some other examples?
Dossier.
That's not. That is a very anglicized way of pronouncing that.
Yeah.
First of all,
But yeah, something like that. Well, maybe that's a little bit extreme, but like place names or
what about like
whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of any.
Or foods. Foods,
Yeah, like
it comes up a lot with foods.
Croissant.
Yeah. If you know
It's called
someone...
a croissant.
It's a croissant.
croissant.
If you have a friend that does that, your challenge is to address it with them and let them know how fucking gingy it is.
Wait, tell me how he pronounces LaGuardia.
La Guardia.
Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
LaGuardia?
Yeah.
No.
It's not even pronounced like that.
No, it's a G. Oh, that's a big no feeling.
Yeah. At any rate, my feeling on that is that it's actually not honoring people who are native speakers of whatever language you're mimicking, because you're probably doing a pretty stereotypical Hollywood accent version of it.
I wasn't sure if he was trolling me or not when he said La Guardia. Like, was I supposed to respond to that and be like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know where to look.
You'd be like, no, it's actually pronounced La Giardia.
It's pronounced La Vagdia.
Yeah. Lagardasil.
La Gardasil.
Something about beaver fever.
Anyway, so you're saying it's not honoring.
I don't know for sure, because I would think I would have to be someone of Indian descent and have him say guru to me and be like,
Guru.
Yeah.
Guru.
and would be like, what are you doing? Like, that does not sound like my accent. Are you punking me?
Are you making fun of me?
Yeah, are you making fun of me?
Well, I used to
Yeah.
play Foursquare with the kids at school. I stopped playing with them because then they changed the rules, and I don't really like the new rules that they play by, so I don't really play very often. But if something was like, if there was like a call that people weren't sure who was out, the kids would all yell, "Redo!"
Right.
And like lots of these kids are of South Asian descent, and they sort of started to say it in a South Asian accent. So they'd be like, "Redo, redo, redo." But that was just how we said it. So I'd be like, "Redo, redo, redo," and I'm like this. Oh God, I mean,
Yeah.
That's a
Because
bit
you're
different,
part of-
though.
You're part of their cohort at that time, so
Part of the cohort of 12 and 13-year-olds.
Exactly.
Wah wah.
But I've met people who will speak to somebody with an accent and then start mimicking their speech patterns. Like one guy I knew in Switzerland, if he was talking to somebody whose first language was like Swiss French, he'd be like, "So, you want to go to the grocery store?" I'm like, that's not helpful. But
you're speaking English and just mimicking
speaking English and
and
like
mimicking-
mimicking the accent and the speech patterns of somebody who's, I guess, thinking like maybe that helps them understand what he's saying.
Right.
He was an idiot,
Perhaps a sociopath. of some
probably.
sort.
Yeah, but I don't think he even knew he was doing it.
Right.
But he'd be like, "What are you doing, buddy?"
So I'm speaking French.
Yeah, well, that was about as good as his French got too. But
It was like Ryan Lochte?
yeah, it could have been. I think they were about the same intelligence-wise.
Oh, God.
But in Star Trek,
Yeah, back to that.
they just have like a. I
Sure,
like the way they
universal
did the
translator.
universal translator, where you could hear the person speaking
Although,
their language
yeah.
and have it be like real time.
I thought it was weird that they had like weird fonts and weird fades for the fonts for the subtitles.
That was too much. Just
Yeah,
have normal
just
font. Just have a normal
subtitles.
font.
I don't need like a star wipe every time somebody.
Yeah.
There were subtitles?
Yeah, for the aliens speaking alien.
And wait a minute. Actually, now that I think about it, now that we know that like that alien guy was just some Starfleet guy, why was he like speaking an alien language at the beginning?
Well, why
Why did he look
like an alien kind of guy?
Okay, I think I saw an explanation for that. And that
No,
was because
no.
he was
In the movie?
no
Doesn't count.
Yeah, I know. But I know. But because he had that like power sucking machine, like he
Yeah.
would just make him look like whoever he was power
In
sucking.
a way, that was clear. Like in the movie, you're like, why? Oh, it's clearly had something to do with his power sucking, long life, eternity machine, and it has that physical effect, obviously, because that's the only possible explanation. But it's still like,
I had to read about it to be like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
that's it.
But see, if they'd explained that, would you be like, do they need to explain every fucking thing to us?
No.
Well, probably not, because you don't really swear that much. But you might have said the other part.
I don't like to think
He'd have been like, bruh,
Yeah.
they really need to fucking explain it?
Bruh.
I was just fucking watching the movie and fucking this guy is fucking sucking the fucking life out of them.
I think not fucking, it's fuggin'. Fuggin'.
That is exactly how a dude I was behind in the passport line sounded.
Oh,
Right.
good.
And actually somebody told him to clean up to watch his language because there were young children in the line.
Was he like, fuck you?
No, he did it. He was pretty young and they were...
No, I think there's a fine line, or not even that fine a line, but you can have expository dialogue that isn't clunky and like, geez, they're really explaining every last little detail to us,
It's
and
true.
then not having.
And it wouldn't even have to be dialogue. You could show him in the machine changing
Yeah.
physique in some way.
Depending on
Be
who
like-
he's
Way-
sucking from.
Yeah.
Way more interesting for his character than that giant battle scene in the beginning where you don't care about any of these characters or what's going on.
And it goes
That
on
lasts for
forever.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's there doing his thing. And like, I would much rather have been introduced to his character doing, some sort of age regeneration.
Well, that's...
Before
That-
they got
yeah.
on board.
Yeah, even. Instead of that long, boring action scene, which should have been because it felt like the final battle. You know, it was that big, that momentous.
I think it
And-
was actually bigger than the final battle.
Well,
Actually
I think,
was,
but,
yeah.
But yes, because the Enterprise was destroyed.
Yeah, right.
Which was unnecessary.
There's been plenty of episodes where the away team is on the planet, and for whatever magnetic storm reason, they can't get back to the Enterprise, and that's
And we haven't really been set up in these movies to give a shit about the Enterprise
at all. Yeah.
either. Like that. I mean, that
Well,
was
I
the
think
thing.
they
Like
blow
when
them up every single.
Well, they were
movie.
expecting us to care about it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
It was
No.
like, it's the Enterprise, you're going to care.
Like I mean, in the movie when the D gets destroyed, it's kind of like a piece of your soul. It's like, oh my God, because you've been with it so, and because
For 7
we
years.
love the D.
and because Picard loves the D. Picard loves the D.
I love the D
He talks
too.
about how much he loves the D all the time.
He loves the D.
I mean, throughout the entire series, they don't have as long, but they could have, in those episodes, had some kind of bond between Kirk and the Enterprise. But at the beginning, he's ready to quit. Like,
they
there's no...
set it up that he's sick of this fucking ship.
Yeah. So you're kind of like, okay, well, they destroyed the ship, big fucking deal. So it is sort of a meaningless
Destruction.
destruction.
Just so that they can build it in 5 seconds in the end of the movie in fast, which I guess is like, was it the exact same ship or did they change the design? I don't know. I didn't see enough of the ship in the beginning to know.
It has more up-to-date apps.
I think they did change it only because, not in the movie,
Yeah,
but on the internet, I feel like I saw things.
people didn't
about
like
it.
the design.
Yeah, they said it looked
But
like.
didn't they destroy it in Into Darkness as well? So it's actually like this. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they fully destroyed it. I don't remember it being... Oh, yeah, and then it crash into the Earth?
I thought it comes out of the water. No, that's the right at the beginning. It comes out of the water. Yep, but I thought it crashes into like San Francisco or something like
What?
that.
Yes, it
What are
definitely,
you
like,
talking
it definitely
about?
gets
Into
trapped-
Darkness.
Oh, Into Darkness.
It gets trapped
Yeah.
in Earth's gravity well or something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't remember what happens in Into
Crash.
Darkness. Is that the one with the red blob?
That's the one with
No, that's
Benedict Cumberbatch. The Red Blob's the first one.
Oh, the one where Spock runs.
The one where Spock runs.
There wasn't enough Spock running in this one.
No.
He ran a little bit,
No.
But not enough.
but not enough.
Yeah.
When he got the notice that, like, other Spock had died, I was like, now who is Spock to him again?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, right, it's him.
It is literally
It is
himself.
literally. Like a mentor, an uncle.
I'm like, is it
But that's a good
Sarek?
question because, like, who is that Spock to him? As far as we know, he met him like once.
Well, sure,
And
but
it's
even
yourself.
still, like it's. I mean, you're gonna have feelings about it, even if you're half Vulcan.
And I think they would
feelings
have met
about
each
it.
other to touch each other's penises at least once.
Just to see if the universe would explode.
They have a simultaneous orgasm,
Yeah.
and the universe explodes.
Yeah. Reality.
The fanfic writes
Time
itself.
space folds in on itself.
There's something to be said for having sex with yourself.
Yeah, well, it's like it's the ultimate in masturbation, and I'm pretty sure that it's a universal law that if in some way time travel makes meeting yourself personal, you have to diddle each other.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
But would the you that you meet be played by a completely different actor that doesn't really look anything like you?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the alternate reality me is played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Oh no, Zachary Quinto running,
Right. Because
Weird, in an alternate reality, I am Zachary Quinto running.
and I'm super good at it.
Let's touch each other.
who got the better end of that deal? Would it be Nimoy or Quinto?
Well, Nimoy is dead.
Oh, so Kathie probably wants to fucking fart in his mouth.
That's exactly what she wants
Do
to
you
do.
have a Nimoy pillow around somewhere?
No. Well, I think it's a good deal on both ends. That's the thing about
That's what she
fucking
said.
yourself.
Yeah. I
That's the
guess.
thing about fucking yourself. It's a good deal on both ends. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first
Yeah.
on Nerd Hurdles.
If the version of yourself was that much older, would they just be like, oh, we've moved past that?
Yeah.
But then they could show you new things that you...
Yeah. And you could remind them of things that maybe they had forgotten to appreciate.
Yeah, but what if it became a
Right.
paradox of like, how would you... If your version of yourself taught you these new things, where did it come from in the beginning? And that's when the universe implodes on
No,
itself.
no, that's not how it happens. It just
It's
things
just
just
organic.
change.
It's just natural.
It just is.
It's just natural.
And in this case, time travel's not really involved. It's universe hopping.
That's true.
Right. It's like a crossover fanfic, kind of, but within the same fandom.
I think
Yeah.
what we can all agree on is that they at some point had sex with each other.
And that we would like to watch.
Yeah. And that is the movie we want to see.
Yes, now that's Star Trek Beyond.
Star
That's
Trek-
beyond Star Trek.
Star Trek, no
Yeah.
limits.
Wow, that's like Chris Pine and
William
Shatner. Right? Yeah.
Okay, no. Some limits. That's a hard limit.
We do have to draw the line somewhere.
That's safe word.
Yeah.
I could go George Takei and whoever the new Sulu is.
Oh, yeah.
Or Chekhov and the new Chekhov's corpse.
There's not a new Sulu.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I thought you meant a new Sulu of the Sulu that's new.
No.
Because I meant like new, like I was thinking like new Chekhov.
Yeah.
That you meant
Right.
new Chekhov.
Okay, so like at the point in the movie where McCoy brings out Chekhov's liquor
Right.
and said he found it in his locker, I was like, man, too soon. You're going through, he just died and you're going through his locker. And I was like, he was alive when they filmed this.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a reference to the fact that Chekhov was
It
dead.
is. It
and-
does seem like not postmortem, but
Yeah.
Like they're drinking to him.
Yeah. Well, like, oh no, you just confiscated it because you're a dick.
And didn't
Yeah.
they pour one for their homies too? Like anyway,
But that was dead Spock, homie, that they poured it for.
Did they? I thought they didn't know that Spock
it was
dead.
McCoy and
Oh.
It was McCoy and Kirk.
they poured
Right.
it for
His
they poured it for his
dad.
dad.
Oh, his dad. Right.
So they take fucking Chekhov's, who is still alive at this point. They take his fucking liquor, his
And
Romulan brandy or whatever.
And apparently they're racist dicks because they're like, you would think he would drink vodka being Russian. That's the only thing he can like.
Yeah.
I was sort of like, wow, that's a really enlightened 20th
And they're all the
century.
same fucking age. That's the thing as well. Like, I mean, I could see if they were like in their 40s and Chekhov was like
Well, I
the
think
new
Bonds is
kid.
supposed to be in his 40s.
Is he? What are you
Gonna
doing?
answer this.
Okay.
I don't know what's his private name. Hello. Hi. I'm well. How are you doing?
How old is Keith Urban?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban is my age. He's a few months older than me.
Wow, he took care of himself.
Oh my God, you're a dick.
Wow.
Well, then what is he hanging out with Chris Pine for? Come on.
Yeah, that's
I mean, Chris Pine is still just a stupid bitch baby.
he is.
How old is Chris Pine?
1980. So
Oh Jesus.
36, really?
yeah.
I guess he took care of himself too.
He the opposite of took care of himself.
Oh, I can't see this picture.
No, I don't know. It's fine.
It looks fine. He looks like
36?
I
Shatnery.
can't believe. I feel like 1980 is young, but it's not. Is
It's
it? No, it's old. It's 36.
yeah.
He's old.
well, how old was Chekhov?
Young.
Oh, he's a
He was a wee baby.
Oh my God, these guys are 40 and he is a baby. That thing you said about them all being the same
I
age
take
is
it back.
totally wrong.
Well, but like, I mean, I still don't think it's alcohol confiscating difference age.
Well, what is the actor's name again? I've just suddenly blanked on it.
Yelchin?
Anton Yelchin.
Well, they weren't confiscating it, were they? They were just taking it. They weren't like, you're not allowed to have this. They were like, we're having this.
They found it in his locker.
89. He wasn't as young as I thought he was.
That's still too young to get squished by a car.
Yeah.
Everything is too young to be squished by a car.
It is.
For a stupid recall.
Even Leonard
reasons.
Nimoy.
Worst.
Anywho, what I thought was strong about the movie, well, I don't know if I would say strong, but better than the first two, was that like it was an actual ensemble cast this time. Other people did stuff. It wasn't just the Kirk show.
I guess it was a bit Kirk Spock show before.
It was.
Yeah.
It was 100% the Kirk Spock show.
It was nice that they split them up.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah.
split them up, right?
So
yeah, it
that
was
they-
the Bones and Spock show.
Had to give them screen time. And I think that's part of what made them feel more Star Trek-y. But the problem I had with it in that respect was I felt like none of the characters had any motivation in the storyline that they placed them in. Like, they would sort of set up ideas of motivation, like Kirk feeling humdrum about life in Starfleet, Spock having this existential crisis because Spock Prime died, and they're kind of not telling each
Spock
other.
Spock Prime? Who calls it Spock Prime?
That's apparently what he's called in
I can get behind it.
Spock Prime?
yeah.
Oh, man, that's
He's like, oh,
nerdy.
And Spock Omega is like,
No, you might probably Spock Beta. There's
Spock Beta?
plenty of room for more Spocks to be
More
generated.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
but and he's like, I only have 200 more years to live. This is really making me think about my own mortality.
Oh, but he's not necessarily going to die at the same time.
Well, yeah, no, there's no reason for it. I mean,
So they set up that like parallel journey for them to go on in this movie, and they don't explore that at all.
yeah.
And then Bones doesn't really have any motivation for anything other
Does
than
he
just
ever? Just hating
staying, kind
stuff?
of staying alive.
Being a dick.
I don't know.
Hating getting
Staying alive,
transported.
being a dick. Is there anything more to life?
But yeah, like in Jayla is just kind of crusty. She doesn't really have any. There's
Yeah.
no real. They're kind of just kind of going through this escape plot, but there's no.
Well, that's
and
the
it
thing.
doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the main issue is that the plot is an escape plot where it could have been a discovery of
Yeah.
the Franklin, and I mean, because there's a ton of interesting shit that they never explored. Like, I mean, okay, wow, he found this alien culture. I mean, there could have been clues to that the whole time, that there was an alien culture that was there, that he was using it. They're the crew, like, and who the shit were all these other people, and where did they get all this technology, and who are they? It's just like 5 minutes before the end, they're like, by the way, kablam!
Kablam! It's the plot from Insurrection, but slightly tweaked.
And people like all that background story shit in Star Trek. That's what we like about Star Trek. We like being in on the nerdy shit.
Well,
Yeah.
who even fucking knew that the main bad guy was Idris Elba until the very end?
I kind of felt.
And hello, the black guy being the bad guy. Come on.
Yeah, and he was very stereotypical, sort of like African warlord kind of,
He's
like.
British, though.
But he wasn't. He was doing like some sort of weird accent,
Yeah, it
Which-
was weird.
which I kind of got the impression he was supposed to be like. That was his role in Starfleet, to be like the African warlord guy that they sent off into the frontier because he would kick some ass or something like
Right,
that.
and then he was like, when it was all about peace, he was like, "You've abandoned my warlord
Yeah.
ways."
I mean, it was just like Heart of Darkness, basically. And, so it was like, okay, they stole Insurrection, they stole Heart of Darkness. I don't know, it was just kind of, it could have been like, it was a lot closer to being a good movie.
Yeah.
But it felt like there was...
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at, the original series movies, a lot of it is working to solve a problem
Yeah.
and discover what's going on.
Yeah.
And now I think it is just a fact that movies now the action drives the plot. Like, it's about
Yeah.
getting from one action scene to the next, and the plot
Yeah.
is secondary.
Mhm.
And it's not fun either because, like, in those Star Trek movies, like, you have a chance to, like, sort of be trying to figure it out too.
Yeah.
Which there was never any of that.
Well, yeah,
in
there was
this.
never even a consideration that maybe there was a mystery to be solved. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been the captain of the Franklin, or he could have just been some fucking alien. Like,
Didn't
I mean,
matter.
It didn't
It
matter.
Didn't matter at all.
I mean, there could have been like, why does he know this stuff? Why is he doing this?
But that would take too long. You wouldn't have time for all the millions of action
Yeah.
times.
But the action times aren't that great or fun to watch. Like, I mean, you have a hard. I mean, I have a hard time even being like, what is even going on? It's just,
Yeah.
it's just basically visual stimulation. I mean, I could just sit and have bright lights flashed at my eyes and get basically the same.
Pay me $13 and I'll do that for you.
Do I get a giant hot dog the size of a baby's arm?
Yes, that'll be extra though.
It was extra. It was extra. Still.
Another strong part of the film I thought was the cocktail party.
Okay.
At the end?
Yeah, cocktail parties. Who doesn't like a cocktail party?
It's true. I like that little alien was there
With no pants.
with no pants.
I sort of didn't really understand how that alien was like part of Starfleet when...
I think he was
apparently
just there. I thought somebody made him his pet, like that like Scotty's pet.
It was Scotty's pet's pet at that point, wasn't he?
Oh, so we're just working down the line.
Yeah,
What? It wasn't.
Wasn't it Fungus Faces was hanging out with him at the end of the
think
cocktail
so.
party? Yeah.
Maybe they just like to get together and talk about what dicks these humans are.
Apparently, in between Kirk not understanding their culture at all and being surprised that he's a very small creature and not a giant, because that's the visual force perspective joke they make at the beginning.
Maybe Kirk did know that he was not a
What are you
giant.
talking about?
At the beginning, they're
Fungus face?
No.
no.
Those aliens at the very beginning.
I mean, with no pants. They had no clothes at all at the beginning. So,
right.
it jumps down from its perch
Right.
where you're meant to believe that it's a large
right,
gargoyle
right. I
thing, and it
remember
turns
now.
out to be tiny. Yeah. So, anyways, Kirk obviously knows nothing about
So wait,
this.
at the end there was one of those things.
Yeah.
Was there
Yeah.
again?
He was at the cocktail party.
He's at the cocktail party with Fungus Guy.
I don't really remember the
And
cocktail
Kirk-
party. I just thought it'd be funny to say it
and
was
Kirk
a good part of
goes-
the
Well, you were
movie.
wrong. We're going to talk about this cocktail party
And Kirk goes,
humorlessly.
"Hey, Joe, still not wearing pants, eh?" Like, he somehow has this deep relationship with that character.
Right.
That last you saw, he was ripping him off his shoulder and throwing him into the corridor of the Enterprise
He
or
probably
something
had
like
sex
that.
with him.
Oh, because he got transported with him.
Yeah.
Two of them came.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed
So-
that whole thing.
So I guess that guy was like now an emissary or an ambassador and started in the Starfleet because he got transported, so he can't go back, and he's just gonna hang out here. But he has to wear a shirt, pants optional.
Maybe
Well, it's like
he's,
Donald Duck. Maybe they're a Donald Duck race.
he's gonna go to the academy with Jayla.
Yeah, I guess, but it was just sort of like really weird, a weird follow through from the beginning. Like it was like, well, we got to tie it in.
It wasn't
The
even
beginning and the
obvious
end.
enough for me.
It was pretty obvious.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I probably really had to pee by that point.
Probably.
Probably.
Jayla kind of reminds me of Tank Girl.
She's kind of like
Tank Girl.
And yeah, she had that kind of a...
Tank Girl meets Katniss.
Oh, there's a porno I'd watch.
Well, that's why she's named Jayla, because they kept referring to her, be like, she's badass, like Jayla, like Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, J-Law.
Yeah,
And then
so they called her
named her
Jayla.
Jayla.
Wait, so this is like awesome screenwriting right here, I believe.
Are we pitching a movie script right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. She was kind of like Tank Girl, but she was just like,
Her voice wasn't as squeaky.
there was nothing.
Well,
She
yeah.
had no personality
No.
outside of being like stupid Earthmen, dumb.
Yeah.
And this is how we survive. She was basically Pocahontas. You know,
She
like
was Tank Girl Pocahontas.
She was just kind of a
Tankahontas.
stereotype.
Tankahontas.
Stereotype of the native
Pocatankus.
guide that the white character meets in like a
At least, though,
Tarzan movie
the
kinda
love
thing.
interesting didn't happen.
that was great. But speaking of love stories, the whole like Spock and her
Uhura.
breaking up is
Yeah, again,
why even have that
there's-
if you're not going to develop it? Just I prefer them not to be together because they have no chemistry or anything, so it's kind of weird to have them together. But
That's why they're perfect for each other, though, because they're both like pretty cold fish.
They are pretty, and they're also cold fish.
yes,
Pretty cold
They're
fish.
pretty, cold fish.
Pretty cold fish.
yeah, like
Pretty gum fish?
I guess it was all so that she could have that radioactive rock.
Which
Well,
was...
No, but it was also so that you would believe that Spock wanted to leave,
I guess
right? Because his whole thing was like, I need to fuck Vulcans.
right or
Is that his whole thing?
Well, wasn't that why they broke up?
yeah.
Further the species... But, I mean, that was...
Doesn't that mean fuck Vulcans?
Yeah.
No. Could it not be a half human? He's half human.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to dilute it.
No, you wouldn't want to dilute that gene pool. Shit, if I was Vulcan, I wouldn't want any humans in my gene pool. What the shit? It would be like as a human having sex with a Klingon.
You know why? This is actually what happened.
You're racist.
I am racist. Klingons are terrible.
Okay,
We haven't
Klingons
seen any-
or Ferengi? Who do you want to sleep with?
Wow. I feel like from a physical damage point of view, Ferengis would inflict less.
And do you think you could just get them off with Umox, like,
That's
and
all
not
they want.
have to
Yeah,
do
maybe.
anything else?
Okay. maybe,
I
yeah.
think they only are interested in Numox. I don't think
Okay.
they care about anything. They might not even have penises.
You.
Hey, don't no penis. I don't have a penis.
I was just generally ewing Ferengis.
Okay.
And I would think I was still thinking about Umox. And
Ew. Can you imagine not having a penis and how gross that would be?
I would kill myself.
Anything without a penis is disgusting.
Anything without a penis gets doxed.
Oh. I feel like a Klingon would, at the very least, give me a UTI. Possibly,
Oh man, you look at a penis and you get a UTI.
possibly like punch my cervix right back into my diaphragm. I don't even know.
But don't they like physically punch and bite each other as well? Like, isn't there like an actual physical?
I feel like there's
abuse?
that.
I mean, I can.
I bet
yeah.
the love making is actually quite tender. It's the foreplay that's rough.
Foreplay.
Yeah, well, that's what like the whole Worf Jadzia storyline sort of was. Was sort of like they throw each other against walls, like
I don't
throw.
remember them getting married. We watched the episode where they got married, right? Because
Worf
they're
and
married
Jadzia?
now.
Really?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I was ever gonna watch Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
No,
but I
God,
so
don't.
bad.
feel like
Yeah.
Worf got way more action than was reasonable. Because like even for a Klingon, he's fucking boring.
Well, but she says that to him.
Yeah, she
You're a boring
often-
Klingon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're boring for a Klingon. You're boring and a Klingon.
For a
Both.
Klingon.
So she wanted someone like who was going to
Well,
throw
she
around more.
has spent a lot of time with Klingons, so I think part of what intrigued her about Worf
Yeah.
was how like not like Klingons he is, and she
Yeah.
was sort of like hassles him about it a little bit.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
It's a bit shitty.
Well, he's like the black guy that isn't very street.
Oh,
So that's like
like LeVar Burton.
yeah.
And then so yeah, it's that thing where people are like calling him an Oreo, and
Yeah.
that's racist and hurtful and
It is.
Yeah.
not good. I talk about that with my students, and then they are like a coconut.
Or a banana.
They get called coconuts.
Do they?
sometimes.
It's bad.
But then they also call people coconuts. Like, I'm sure people in their family call people coconuts. Oh,
Right.
God, it's so awful. Internalized racism.
Like what Worf has.
Yes.
It's especially hard for him.
Well, and then the other thing that Worf does is he sort of goes too far trying to be Klingon-y.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's not even Klingon-y. Like, that's not even what Klingons are like, Worf. Stop trying to be so Klingon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds like she's policing him.
Yeah, it's not
It's
really
all
nice when you put it that way, but
Deep Space Nine is
he's
just
not being true to himself,
Okay.
right?
a basket of toxic relationships, really.
Yeah?
It's true.
Yeah.
Especially like, what's the captain's name?
Cisco.
Cisco and Ben, the most toxic relationship of all.
I wouldn't say... Wait,
I
Ben
don't
is
know.
his name. This is a relationship he has with himself.
I meant his son.
Jake.
JJ. JJ?
Jake,
Jake.
stop just like spouting out syllables while we try to answer you.
He's not. It's not really toxic. I wouldn't say they're
Yeah,
really.
I wouldn't
kind
say
of,
it's toxic. It's
he doesn't-
inauthentic.
It's
He-
boring.
I feel like he indoctrinated him to like baseball, and that is unforgivable.
I don't
Yeah.
think Jake likes baseball.
No,
Okay,
I don't think it
okay.
worked.
Yeah. He likes
That's-
it.
yeah.
He just talks about baseball all the fucking time. It's pretty terrible, but
What is with Star Trek and baseball?
What is with Star Trek and like
the
this
20th
period of
century.
history?
I know.
Yeah.
Surely.
Let's make
2100
the
is better
Federation
than this.
great again.
Oh. Oh man. Oh.
Are you thinking about now and how you really hope that this isn't the epitome of great?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's something super wrong with Tom Paris for idealizing this period of time.
Well, there's a lot of
There's a lot of things wrong with Tom Paris.
yeah.
As also like if you had a holodeck, why you would run Captain Proton on it? You have to be in some way defective.
No, but then
Not just
the
running
problem-
it. He wrote all those Captain Proton
Yeah.
episodes.
He's like, you know what? I have the most advanced technology available at my fingertips. I want to do this in black and white and boring.
There are examples of people doing similar things.
What? Like what?
Well, like, why would you knit a sweater when you can just buy one?
Okay, but because you could make exactly what you want.
Well, as he made exactly
Okay.
what he wanted.
Okay, but wanting a particular sweater and wanting to be Captain Proton, one is better than the other. Anything that is wanting to be Captain Proton is automatically
Below.
below
Worse
no matter
than a
what.
sweater.
Like even genocide.
Oh, God.
Wow, that would be quite the Q court martial kind of episode.
Oh
where
man,
he's
imagine
like,
if I was representing humanity. I'd do it.
I think Q would be like, I like her style.
Yeah.
Captain Proton is terrible.
Oh, my
It is
God.
terrible.
Q would make you a Q just to sort of see what happened.
I don't think I would want that.
God, I don't even know what would happen.
I don't know what would happen.
I think fundamentally good things.
Yeah. A lot of people would die though. I'd be farting in a lot of mouths.
Now, wait, who's at the top of your death list right now?
No, I think it's Trump probably.
Maybe it was Trump.
Maybe it was Trump. I wasn't wishing him dead. I was trying to give him cancer with my brain.
You wished Rob Ford dead and then he got cancer. You're just trying to refine your skills now.
Yeah. And I'm like, which kind of cancer should Trump get? But he's old already, so it doesn't even matter. So I would want something a little more.
It matters in that you want something aggressive to stop him sooner.
Yeah.
You were too slow with Rob Ford. Well,
Nah, he's still pretty. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't actually doing anything as mayor. He literally accomplished nothing the entire
Yeah.
time he was in office. So
I will say that after that, I realized it should have been Doug Ford, just in terms of who was the worst human being.
oh, if you're just going,
If I was just
more-
going by that. And I think Rob Ford is a terrible person, but I think he's an idiot who was influenced.
I wonder, do you think Doug Ford's going to run for mayor next time around?
I hope he gets cancer.
Okay, who's worse, Doug Ford or Donald Trump?
Trump, because he has more influence. Like, I mean, on a national, I think probably as a person, I think probably Doug Ford. I think Doug Ford is probably a classical sociopath.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't really think that Donald Trump believes the stuff he says.
I think
Yeah.
he possibly has early stages of dementia. Like,
Maybe. But just because there's those, like, things where he said, like, if I was going to run for office, I'd run for the Republican Party because they're stupid enough to vote for anyone.
yeah, like I think he's just like I think he's more like Rob Ford, and I think Doug Ford is your classical sociopath.
Whereas Rob Ford and Donald Trump are likable buffoons.
I'm not likable.
Compared to Doug Ford, though.
Yeah.
Because I remember once on the radio there was a
and-
guy talking about comparing Rob Ford and Doug Ford, and he was like, well, Doug Ford is not as attractive as Rob Ford. And he meant in every way, like physically attractive and just attractive as a candidate. And that was the first time that I was like, whoa, what? And then I kind of objectively looked at Rob Ford, and I could see what he meant. Like he's
In
sort
that
of
Chris Farley kind of way.
yeah,
I would
Only
say
toxic.
Doug Ford is more physically attractive than Rob Ford.
not
Because
if
he
you
has
look at
dead
his
eyes.
Oh, yeah?
He has dead little...
dead eyes.
Doug does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like scary hair.
Scary hair. No, but I think...
Like definitely, if I had to sleep with Rob Ford or Doug Ford, I would pick Rob Ford
Probably.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, you would pick him just so you could fart in his dead mouth.
It's going to be really hard for you to cut out the sociopath parts of this. I do not envy you.
Well, I'm not...
So what were the bad parts?
Right, the bad parts.
Didn't
I
pass
think,
the Bechdel test.
That's true.
Racist.
That once again, even though I've heard people defend it, once again using sabotage,
Yeah.
and in the way they used it, I mean, it was fine to be like if they'd set up with the music library that JLo was listening to that, you know, frequencies would jam
Yeah.
their whatever device it was, plot device thingy that happened. I don't remember exactly. Was it a shield generator? What was it? I
It
can't
was their
remember.
communications because they were
Oh,
like a swarm of
communication.
bees, so they were having to
Oh,
communicate.
right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's like this, the swarm.
Yeah, it's not exactly a new sci-fi.
No.
The hive
Concept.
mind.
Yeah, the hive mind. But it wouldn't more effective be just something that their computer could generate specifically and perfectly for that?
There wasn't time.
There wasn't time.
They needed to have sabotage.
Sabotage.
I will admit it worked better than in the first movie, but
When did they use sabotage in the first movie?
when baby Kirk steals his
Oh, yeah,
stepdad's
that's
car, and if for whatever reason his stepdad has a Nokia that has all this 90s music on it.
Because his dad was actually Tom Paris.
Yeah, it seems like his dad
Oh,
was
that's why he was such an abusive dirtbag. He was Tom Paris
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, so...
Who actually plays his dad, though? It's
Keith
Thor.
Urban, Carl Urban, Thor Heyerdahl.
Thor or Thor's brother, isn't it? Who played
Tom Hiddleston?
Hemsworth?
Man, one of the Hemsworth guys?
Chris Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth. I'm
Really?
just saying names.
Who
Do you
plays-
even see the dad in that?
I thought he
Yeah,
just
he
was
died.
on the-
Stepdad?
Oh, his real dad.
Oh, his real dad, right. No, we're talking
What do
about
you
the
guys think I'm
His
talking about?
stepdad.
his
We were talking about his stepdad.
stepdad's
Wow.
car.
You know what? I think that dads and stepdads can be
Oh, shut
exactly the same. It's love makes a family.
So take that, Jacob. You're getting replaced with Tom Paris
Oh.
or Chris Hemsworth. I'm not
So,
sure which.
do we know who plays it?
Well,
No.
I don't think it matters who played.
Well, I need to know. You look it up on your device.
Another thing I didn't like was the motorcycle. Why the fuck did the Franklin have just a motorcycle on the bridge?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well, Jayla had moved it up to the bridge from wherever she found it.
Still, why was it
But,
on the ship?
I mean, this is before holodecks or
It was what they would use to, like, explore planet on.
no.
No, it was not.
No.
No, you don't.
No. You don't know.
You don't know.
It's because it's stupid.
It was Chris Hemsworth.
That's Thor, right?
Was that
Or
lip
is
lick
that
part of his
PETA?
name?
That is Thor.
He's Thor?
Yeah.
'Cause his dad was Thor.
He probably should have been able to survive the Kelvin blowing
Yeah, I
up.
think so.
He's a fucking god.
Or maybe he did, and he ended up on Thor planet and then became Thor.
Yeah, the red matter turned him into
Yeah.
Thor.
Ooh, I smell
Or-
crossover.
Or Kevin in Ghostbusters.
Kevin.
I was also confused when they were like, his birthday is also the day his dad died. And I was like, really? Oh, right.
Yeah.
That first movie.
Yeah. Is that even the same timeline? I'm all confused, though.
Yeah.
It's the
Did
same.
that happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't they erase all time with the red matter at some point, or not?
Who
I don't
cares?
And what is red matter even?
I don't know, but it reminds me of those Orbits drinks. You know, with the little balls
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, I know what orbits is. You don't have to explain it. To me.
Jesus Christ.
Stop orbit splaining.
I'll orbit splain you. Neutrally buoyant.
Actually, that's pretty good. I'm glad you said it.
Thanks.
Still a shitty drink.
It's still a shitty movie.
I would say it's
Cocktail
totally
party. The cocktail party.
But yeah, no, Joe wasn't wearing pants.
I was talking about the first movie.
Oh, the first movie was
Yeah,
terrible.
still- yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
Actually,
wrapping up.
Oh yeah,
What-
but now we're gonna wrap up and
Okay.
talk about Beyond.
I wanted to talk about the thing that was most
Oh.
annoying about the first movie was the safety hazards in that ship, and I think I talked about it the first time. But like, why would you put like gangways through a ship and no safety rails? It makes no sense.
It's true. There seem to
Yeah.
be some similar safety hazards in this ship.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not as bad, but then once it was on an angle.
Okay. Well, on an angle. I mean, I don't think you have to be up to code on an angle. I don't think your house would be up to code if you put it at a 45-degree angle.
I don't think my house is up to code now. And I'm pretty sure there are some 45-degree angles in here.
Well, I mean, like,
I understand what you're saying. It's not up to code,
do
though.
you? I think it's up to code.
But wouldn't these?
I don't see what here could be. Like, this,
I think more importantly, when you have artificial gravity in space, you're already at a 45-degree angle.
you're at literally infinite angles.
But it
maybe,
was as they were entering the atmosphere.
The artificial gravity should still work. Like,
or the inertial dampeners at the very least.
But it wouldn't...
Although actually, always the inertial dampeners work in the
well, like
artificial-
whatever artificial gravity is,
That's
magic
true.
artificial
That's
gravity,
true.
it should just doesn't matter if you're underwater, in the atmosphere, out in space, it should always work.
Or if it wasn't going
Unless
to work,
they-
occasionally people should float.
But it was broken because the ship was broken,
Yeah,
and they
maybe.
were entering the atmosphere, so there was real gravity.
Okay, but
But the
I
ship
don't
breaks
know.
and nobody ever goes into artificial gravity, or nobody ever goes into no gravity.
yeah, but that was because they were in the atmosphere. Is what you're saying.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
But they never really explained that artificial gravity had broken. You just have to assume because there's explosions going on, and
I don't think they're asking you to assume anything. They're just
No.
like, we're at a 45-degree angle now, and you should just deal with it.
Scarier.
Yeah.
Scary, you're going to slip and slide all over the ship.
Yep.
That one alien had the thing in her head.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Don't give it to someone who's going to be that shitty.
Even if they have
Yeah,
a
don't give it to a
weird,
fucking ensign. What's wrong with you?
a weird face hugger on the back of their
Yeah.
head.
I'm sure someone has a cavernous enough vagina that could have gone in there.
Yeah. Uhura, for sure.
For her, for sure.
I wouldn't have driven the plot though.
It would have driven her vagina.
Driven something.
Ah.
Da, da.
Here's a further appeal for you. I need supporters for this website. This simplysyndicated.com thing, this podcast network you've been listening to. We don't have ads, you see, but it takes money to run this and keep me willing to do it and all that kind of stuff because I have to buy food and shit, in that order. So I need you to go to simplysyndicated.com/everything and sign up to support us with just £6 a month, which is incredible. We appreciate it so much. It's awesome that you guys that already do it, and we, need every little bit we can get to help us out. So if you go there, simplysyndicated.com/everything, it's £6 a month to support us, and you get simply everything in return, which is our entire back catalogue of sort of 11 years worth of shows and exclusive content. Alternatively, we've got a Patreon, which is patreon.com/simplysyndicated. That's a $3 a month support donation, and I've been posting some exclusive content on there as well. So that's might be more up your alley. Or failing that, we actually just have a PayPal button where you can give us a little tip, throw us something in the jar, so to speak. And you'll find the link to that at the bottom of simplysyndicated.com. Right at the bottom. Just scroll down. It's there. There it is.
I'm sitting on Alan Rickman's face.
As you do.
Did you get that? Do you need me to repeat it?
Say it again.
Oh, they're biting each other. Oh, no, it's not biting. It's lovemaking.
Oh.
What? It's so funny that Bartleby wants to, make sweet love to Pan, and Pan just wants to bite Bartleby's butt. It's a really intense thrusting.
Yep. Bartleby's
Not
on top,
intense,
eh?
sensual.
I'm going to watch it on my cat spy
Oh,
cam.
you could see. Oh my God, you're gonna fucking peeping Tom your cat's having sex on your spy cam.
I'm making cat pornography right now. Oh, yep.
Oh, they stopped. But there was neck biting and thrusting.
Yep, that's what he does. And then Pan's like, I'm a little disturbed.
But I'm gonna bite you on the butt later, so it's all even.
Pan has to have a shower now. Wash off the shame.
Oh man, when I worked at that horse place last summer, a stallion got loose and like came running down and like jizzed all over one of the mares. So she had like semen all over her back.
That'll
That's nice.
happen.
That'll happen. That's, I guess, better than her getting pregnant, but I just thought I'd share that. I'm talking about having a shower because somebody was getting up in your business.
Yep.
Leonard,
Can you cut out the parts where I sound like a sociopath? Like we're left without a podcast. They're just like, it seems like there's going to be a third person in this show. When it's just the two of them.
There's all these non sequiturs, but like,
Oh God. What
It
do
really
you,
was a tragedy.
What do you mean by how you sound like a sociopath?
I don't know.
weren't you talking about farting in dead people's mouths?
No, that's
and-
not it. It's the part about
That is completely irrational.
yeah. That's how humans act.
Yeah,
Stop telling me it's not.
that is definitely.
You're just trying to hog all the good dead mouth farts to yourself.
That's how we pay our respects. It's an ancient tradition.
Yeah.
Are you looking at this movie or the other movie?
My Camp is Dad,
But
which is in the 2009 movie.
okay, jeez, that's what I was checking.
Holy shit, are you having your period or something?
Are you on the rag? Are you riding the crimson wave?
Riding the cotton pony?
That's all I got.
Yeah, those are the only euphemisms for menstruation.
Are you menstruating?
Are you menstruating? Are you having a menstrual moment?
Oh, the red. Visit from Aunt Flo.
Aunt Flo, are you having the painters in?
Hold the painters
was-
in. Hold the
it
painters
was-
in. Hold the
it
painters
was-
in. Hold the
it
painters
was-
in. Hold the